Do you know Mommy made me mash my M&Ms, oh my?
I don't know that one.
Tongue twister? That's the only one I remember.
It's a bad mom.
Cameron, can you hear me that Yeti, please?
Yep. What tongue twisters did you know? You ever have to do any for vocals?
Not for vocals.
Okay.
I know one, the Peter
Yeah.
Piper.
That was
Don't
the
know
Can we hear it?
You couldn't even get it out.
I don't know that one.
Need
Must
some
be
more
an
work.
intense one.
Yeah.
All right.
It's too advanced.
All right. Today we're sitting down with Jacob Mallow. Jacob Mallow is a Athens singer-songwriter. Jacob, where are you from originally?
Grew up in Gwinnett. Yeah, Gwinnett here, but I was born in San Antonio.
Okay.
And so moved to Georgia in 3rd grade. But
Okay.
yeah, I went to Brookwood and just graduated from Georgia a year and a half ago.
Nice.
So.
There were a few things on the agenda we wanted to talk with you about, but the first, I guess, is the 40 Watt show you have and the announcement they made. What do you think?
The announcement being
the
that
They
they're
announced it to
requiring a
be-
vaccination
well,
or a negative COVID
Yeah,
test
yeah.
in the last 48 hours, I believe.
There was some controversy I saw on it, reading comments on Instagram.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna argue that it's like not the best thing that they could do, but I think it's a good push to get people vaccinated. If they still don't want to, then they can just go get the test. I mean, and if they don't want to get it, then they don't obviously want to see the show that bad. So
True.
I don't know.
Who's that show with?
It's with Aspen and Sarah Christopher. So Sarah is this person I saw at Andrew's house show a couple weeks ago, and she's never released music, but she's a designer and leads at
That's cool.
Grace Midtown sometimes, and she has like a crazy good voice. She kind of sounds like Casey Musgraves to me.
Ooh, I like that.
But she'll be playing with Rawls. I don't know if you know Rawls Grimsley, but I actually lived with him a couple years ago, but he's playing keys for her. And then I'll play in the middle, and then it's Aspen's full band show.
Nice. So
And I'm playing with Tommy, Zach, and Tony, so it'll be
really?
fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little band action too.
Nice. So how is it? I know it's kind of like the thing with like solo artists is that you kind of have this like rotating band kind of set up where it's like, yeah, I'll have. So was Tommy going to be playing bass for you? And
Yeah, no, it is funny. I feel like there's like 3 or 4 people that's like all
Yeah.
the same band.
Yeah.
Just a different name.
that's right.
Yeah, I like to mix it up sometimes. Like I play solo sometimes. In the last couple shows, I've just played with Tony, and he'll open, and I'll play some of his songs,
Mhm.
and then he'll play drums for me, and I'll play about half the set solo. But
What
Uh,
instruments do you play?
guitar, piano, yeah. I play bass and just started playing drums, but never would play those.
Like at a show?
Yeah, no.
You
Prob-
still
I mean,
play-
I would love to play drums in a show one day, but I'd have to like be on one.
Right.
I don't know.
You still play at Grace?
I'll probably
Okay.
play once or twice a month.
I was
Yeah.
telling him, I think I saw, it might have been either freshman year or sophomore year, you were playing keys and singing, and I didn't know who you were. And I remember being like, dang, this guy's good. And then saw you had original stuff. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Dude,
That
I
whole
love
band is kind of stacked.
The
Like
Grace
Andrew,
band?
yeah.
Oh yeah, well that kind of crew has left now. Most of them are in
Mhm.
Atlanta, but dude, yeah, we still like Aiden's there now, and so every now and then it's like really fun.
Yeah.
We'll get a good group together, but
So we were talking about like kind of the show starting back like at 40 Watt and stuff, but what was like the biggest, I guess, due to COVID, like gap between like live performances for you?
I mean, COVID definitely was
Right, but like what was like the month kind of range for you?
I guess it was 14 or 15 months.
Wow.
Because, yeah, I think it was like February. I played in Jacksonville, 2020 with. He did like a little tour down to Florida, and then the last show was, or the next one was more than a year later in Atlanta.
Wow.
So, or in Decatur.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was. I never really thought about it all the way, but.
Did you feel like you had to like, were you kind of rusty? Did you feel like you had to get back into it?
Oh
or-
no, the first one was Milledgeville. Still about the same time
Yeah.
length, but yeah, it was it. Dude, that one was. It really was. It was me, Elijah, and Zach, and we both did a little solo set, but. I did feel kind
Milledgeville's
of
a good
rusty.
place just to like.
Yes, it was
go
great.
Have a chill set.
It was. I got up there and it was so uncomfortable, like talking in front of a
Mhm.
crowd again.
Mhm.
Just the little things that were throwing me off a little bit, but.
It's a great place to go though, because I feel like.
Oh, yeah, they're the
couple
best
times I've been
audience
down
in
there-
the
yeah,
world.
they're so appreciative of it just because there's not
Yeah.
like a real music venue down there. So when you get to go down there and just play like a house show for them, it's like it's a big
Yeah,
deal.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
the whole town will come here. Like,
Oh yeah,
heck
no
yeah.
kidding. Even though it's like 50 people, I mean,
Awesome.
it's still great.
Heck yeah.
So what's on the books for the semester? You got new stuff. So you released single in May. It was the first one in a while.
Yeah, and there were 2 more at the end of last year, Pain and Flesh Wounds. One with Gracie and one with Zach. But I'm still going to do 2 more singles before, and this album I'm putting out in October. So
Okay,
I don't have the exact date yet, but I did just get my master's back a couple of days ago.
Nice.
So this week I'm kind of planning out those exact dates, but 2 more singles for sure. And so there'll be 5 out beforehand and 5 on the record that no one's heard yet.
Who's doing this
10
record?
total. Andrew did 2 of them.
Okay.
And those were last May 2020, kind of right after the initial quarantine. And then Tommy did 6 of them. Most of those like living in the house last year.
Yeah.
Some this year too. But most all of those were written last year. And then Brian Hansen, I don't know if y'all know him, but he's he has a job at Providence. It's like the media coordinator there, but does production stuff and has done it for 5 years or so. He's building a studio right now in Atlanta. But he did my first song with me too. So I felt like for the album I wanted to wrap him in there too.
Yeah.
Because he was like a music mentor when I was like 18 and didn't know what I was doing at all. He
That's
kinda
good.
helped out. So yeah.
So how'd you get into making music? Was it like when you were around 18 or was it earlier?
Yeah, I put out my first song my freshman year of college, but I didn't know what. Dude, honestly, if I could go back, I don't really regret anything, but I'd probably wait.
Wait, is that your first?
Like write some more songs. Honestly, that song is like, it was Wings of Gold. It has my most streams, but maybe it's just because it's been out for the longest.
It's like such an Athens artist thing. Is that like the first song blows up and then?
Well, I don't know about that, but
Well,
yeah.
for a lot of
not for me, but yes, for a lot of
it has
people.
been. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
for you as well. 'Cause it's your top stream, but
Sure.
yeah.
No, I thought that one was really well done. What'd you not like about it? Like it didn't sound.
No, it's just like the writing, I guess.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
You
I've
can
grown.
just tell it was like early on.
Yeah, and I was just remember being like, oh, I like this song, and I didn't follow through with any thought about it. But
I think
it's fun.
at least you did a good job. Production and everything was good. Where I feel like a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
will
Brian killed
mess
it.
up. Like
and that's why I want to keep working with him. So and it's different. Like it was logistically, it was hard sometimes with different producers, but it was like I like having a couple songs that almost feel like a B-side, or it's like just a little different vibe.
Yeah.
And especially when you don't know what kind of vibe you should go in, I'm kind of trying some different things out for sure.
So do you kind of hear that show up on the track? Whereas like there's definitely a different producer behind this one. You kind of feel
or just
some touches on there.
Or just a different instrument or different
Right.
Something brought in that's different.
So how would you like describe your overall like genre sound that you're going for with this album?
Oof.
Kind of your neo soul approach.
Yeah, it is neo soul. There's definitely some slower, almost kind of like Daniel Caesar type songs. And yeah, I'm not sure. Kind of some, folky kind of. There's a couple that are borderline folk, I guess, kind of that alternative folk stuff. But I don't know. It's kind of pop too at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes people hear it and they're like, just this kind of sounds like a pop song, but I never really try to do that. But
I definitely think after I've gotten to talk to you a little bit about like your musical background too, but like the more I listen to your songs, the more I'm like hearing other artists like Yeba and like your Tom Mishes and all those people that we've talked about before. But especially on Pain, like there's definitely something that's just,
there's a little R&B vibe to some of them too.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say it's R&B for all of them because some of them are just
Blue-Eyed
not.
Soul. I guess is
Something
what it
like
is.
that. Yeah, I should just say soul, or because those are some of my favorite artists too. Those Motown,
Yeah.
those type of artists were my favorite growing up. So
I think you remember when Justin Bieber he released if it was a full album or just a single, but it was like one best pop album or nominated best pop album. But he was like, no, this is an R&B album, but it still kind of sounded like
one of his recent ones.
It was like I remember seeing a post about it. Like it might have been last year.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, it kind of sounds like the same thing you were saying. Like it's to you, it's R&B, but other people might hear it and they're just like, this is pop because they don't know like the instrumentation behind it or
the
That's true.
influences.
certain rhythms.
Yeah. Like the influences behind
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you're making too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because when you really like dial into it, you don't like because one of your songs is sounds like a organ on it,
Mm-hmm.
where that's not going to be like a pop song isn't going to have an organ.
Mhm.
So
That's true.
it's cool to take old influences and make it into something everyone can like.
Yeah, and I don't. In the future, I'd like to approach making music like with a genre focus a little bit more. Like, it'd be cool to be like, oh, I'd love to have these 4 songs and do a folk EP, or do something that is completely like Frank Ocean, almost like super modern type vibe. Do something like that, where, because in the past I've never really written like that. I just write what I feel like I have to in that time. So
you're done with school, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your like daily schedule look like in your job, and how are you fitting in music into?
Yeah, I've worked full time for the last year and a half, or basically full time, about 35 hours a week.
What are you doing?
I work at Mom's Boy. I'm just just a server there. But my time there is definitely coming to an end.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually planning to quit in the next couple months.
Nice.
Or probably with the album release and everything.
Y'all go see him while you can.
Yeah, I've saved up a little
Yeah.
bit, and I want to try and play as much as possible. And hopefully, if things don't get, if shows don't start getting canceled again, could happen. But who knows?
That Delta variant.
That's the thing, man. I work in events, and like every week we have a meeting. We're like, so what are we doing in September? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's Delta doing?
Yeah.
Dude, some of my friends today were saying, I was like, oh, did y'all get the meal plan? They're like, nah, we think it's going to get shut down. I'm like, don't say that.
Yeah,
you know, please don't say that.
Believe in it.
Yeah.
Please. Can't
Oh
eat a
my-
$10 peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever again.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So how are you applying, like, because you got your degree in marketing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you work that into like the way that you do music?
Oh, I'm
now?
terrible at it.
Terrible at it?
Yeah. Dude, I hate it. Like, I don't hate marketing, and I didn't hate the classes. I didn't feel like I learned a whole lot, honestly. I think Terry does a better job in other schools, but I don't know. I'm not good at doing it for myself. I think I'd be pretty great for a corporation, maybe, but it's tough to me, dude. Like, my dream would to be in a band, basically, and like still contribute into writing and stuff, but it's tough, like, having your name be you and just the emotional attachment to the songs and everything, and trying to act like they're something they're not.
Yeah.
I struggle with like presenting it like it's this product, when I don't know, like, at the end of the day I did it at one point I did it for me, you know.
It's like, how do you Shark Tank yourself?
Yeah, it just feels weird.
Yeah,
sometimes.
And, you know,
and like, how do you stay really true to yourself and do that
Right.
all the time? Because I don't think you can.
it seems to be a common thing with like artists, especially like smaller artists, where you're kind of getting off the ground. You don't want to hire anybody externally, and so it's like, well, how do I like put a title on like a YouTube video that I want to upload without sounding a little bit too, I don't know.
Yeah. Or is the answer just to not care?
Yeah.
And like, go ahead and do it?
I think that is the
Yeah.
answer.
I think that is the answer too.
Your Spotify bio. Like, how do you write one for yourself?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Like,
I had
Cameron-
Brian write one. Mine is not written by me, thank God. I hope people don't think it's written by me.
Did you put written by
Sings.
Brian or like his
I think
name?
he
or
did.
you, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I hope so.
That's fair then.
Mine is not an ABBA cover artist.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Good to
Short
know.
and sweet.
Yeah, and then if you know Charlie Powell, who you had him in,
Mm-hmm.
he was saying the same thing. Like, he was marketing through Terry, and he was releasing some music. He was like, yeah, I didn't really do much with it. I just kind of put it out. I was like, bro, weren't you a like marketing major? He was like, yeah, but like I don't do
I
well
don't know.
marketing myself. Yeah. He just like,
Dude, I think it's because you learn like how much of just a trickery it is.
yeah.
And it's literally just like actual what's it called? Study of the
Psychology?
brain. Psychology. Yeah, like you just have to see something like 13 times in 1 week for it to actually, like, so if you just keep posting something, it'll actually work, but it's like that's just terrible.
How do you
Like,
do that?
no
Not
one
knowing
wants
your
to,
friends.
Yeah.
no one
Yeah.
wants to do that, you know,
Yeah.
but
Save my single.
Sometimes
Save
you
my
do.
single.
yeah,
Pre-save.
like if you
Pre-save
did
it,
it for
pre-save it.
every day for a month, you'd probably get more people doing it.
But people would be like,
Oh
screw
my
this
gosh.
guy.
yeah.
Have you tried the pre-save approach before? I didn't with my last single. I just don't know.
I
how
have.
effective
I've
it
never
is.
done it well.
Yeah.
And I've never like tried to check how many people
Right.
have done it. I don't know how
That's what I
that
didn't know
works.
is what the return on that was, because I always see people saying like pre-save. It's like, I've never pre-saved
I
a song
did
in my life.
say like if you pre-save, I'll send you
That's good.
an
Yeah,
unreleased
incentivize
song. And I had a couple people that I
Yeah.
texted it to, so I
Yeah.
know some people did, but
What is
Just make like a really big empty promise. Be like, if you pre-save the song, like
Yeah.
I'll give you $1,000.
yeah. What's the initiative though,
happens.
for
in
the
Monopoly money in
Yeah.
8-point font.
what's the why would like he said I've never pre-saved anything either. So why would anyone want to do that? Because I tried to do it
I
once.
think
and I
it's
couldn't
just
even
to
do it.
specifically help people out. Like,
Is it like it's just in your library? I don't even know how it works. It's just in your library, like when the day it comes out.
yeah, it'll like already be saved in your library.
I feel like it's kind of outdated.
Just
'cause
kind
I
of
feel
cool,
like it
but
was
it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like it was like a thing for when like you bought music on iTunes.
Right.
Like you could pre-order this, you
Yeah.
pay for it now, you'll get it on
Oh.
that date.
And now it's
But
kinda
now it's
just-
like you could access it then for free, just the same as you would do it now. Like
Uh-huh.
you're not really having to make any commitments beyond just streaming it, which
Yeah.
that's what kind of feels like off about it. Because I'm like, I would just access it that day.
That makes sense. That if it is solely for the artist and to
True.
support, then
True.
especially
Mhm.
because sometimes people give out cool stuff
True.
if you do it.
It
So
can be like a little deal.
Because
Mhm.
you ran a Kickstarter for this album, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet that was really hard to do,
Yeah, dude, it actually like,
like mentally and emotionally.
yeah, I didn't have to post as much as I thought I did.
Mhm.
I spent a lot of time planning out like my initial one and like how I wanted to launch it really, and like did a lot of work with Jackson on the video and stuff. And was lucky to have like in the first couple of days almost like half of what I needed. So I just was pretty steady about it and just like took it day by day because I knew I was going to flip out like if I just got anxious about it and didn't want to give it the time that it deserved, I guess. But yeah, it went great and raised enough about like 3 days before it was supposed to end. So
Did you have like a way to like incentivize contributors, or like were you able to like send them a digital copy whenever it was ready, or did you?
so
have
I'm
any-
still gonna send. I'm still making CDs,
Right.
And that was one of the things. There's T-shirts that I've mostly given out already. There's still some I still got to ship. Those two things basically. There
That's
was like
cool.
something for $10. I was like, I'll send you this single that's already came out.
Cool.
But yeah, there were some little things.
So what's your plan when you stop working? You trying to make a living full time from music, obviously, but are you gonna start just touring as much as you can?
That's the goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Mom's Boy is kind of like holding you back a little bit from.
I think so. Yeah. In the last couple months, I've realized that just you only have so much time,
Mhm.
and this music, although we all still love it, like it's still work at the end of the day. And when you work a full day, it's tough to come home and then work for
some more.
Yeah, and we can do it sometimes because we love it, but we all will burn out. And then you'll just end up feeling bitter about something that you love, which sucks. So I hate that cycle, and I think freeing up my time more to get, because it will be kind of risky. I mean, it's not like I make almost any money from music. And shows I'm lucky to get tips from and, sell some T-shirts, I guess, but it will be kind of scary at first, but I feel like it's worth that risk. And then hopefully with playing more, the income is more steady. With the album release, hopefully I can get some streams going. A playlist would be nice or something. But who knows?
You want to explain that, like how the playlisting works,
As far as
like getting on like Spotify stuff and then
I
Where do I
don't know
find
the exact. What's the first level? I forget.
I don't remember.
I have no
I
idea
don't think
what
that I
any of this
could.
is. This is interesting.
I've been
Yeah.
explained to it before. And
Yeah.
So
I
is
know
there a
like
process to get on
There's
like
a process. Yeah, it's like you got to give them like a
there's
month
the
in advance or
editor
something like
playlists that are the big ones.
Yeah.
And they're like, Fresh New Finds Friday,
right.
or
Discover.
I mean, there's a
Weeklies for
ton of
people.
them. But those are the big boys for sure. And then there's the ones that starts with the A. I'm forgetting. It's like computer term. That's like the secondary level.
Mhm.
And that's like your friend. That's just like normal people's playlists and stuff.
Yeah.
Or just regular accounts.
Okay.
But like you have to pitch your song like a month in advance to Spotify or something like that, so they're able to curate it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks is the actual like
2 weeks.
deadline is which you can, but they want like the more time you give them the better,
Right.
basically.
And they'll put you in a playlist.
Yeah, and
based
you have
on,
to like write this
reachability.
stupid thing.
You
to
have-
the-
like a description.
I hate writing the
That
description.
sounds
I'm like,
so. You wrote
it's
it.
like,
You wrote the
write-
song.
write
Listen
your-
to the song.
yeah, and it's like tell us about this song in a tweet format. It's like
That's
160
crazy.
characters. You're like, oh, thanks.
So
Listen to it.
everyone, I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know,
recorded this at my friend's house. And then like you sound so stupid.
everyone has to submit their song. Like even if you're Drake, like there, or obviously you're not him.
I
Doing
know.
it,
What do
but
you think Drake says?
I am
Vibes.
He's just like, you already know.
Drake. Yeah, I
That
am
was hot.
Drake putting out.
Another one.
Yeah.
No, he's not
Yeah.
Khaled.
Khaled.
I think there's
Mysterious
artists, and there's
music.
definitely like a history of this recently, where it's like there's like a handful of artists where they could put out anything, and it's going to pick up traction. And I
Yeah.
think Drake is one of those.
Mm-hmm.
He could put out anything, and
Think
it's going
you're
to get
right.
100 million
There's
streams.
there are artists who will not put out anything, and their things getting
Frank
traction,
Ocean.
which
Yeah.
is Kanye West right now.
Yeah.
Because I think that
He's pretty good at marketing.
yeah, he
think
didn't
Kanye-
release Donda, and then The Life of Pablo reached number 7 on iTunes.
That's
So
crazy.
That's
if
crazy.
you ever want to make a lot of money, just don't.
I should do that with
anything.
Neighbors with my album. Just be like, just fake the release.
Just fake it, and then they'll just
Don't
go listen to
release it
old
until
stuff.
next year. No,
There you go.
that'd be terrible.
So you were talking about earlier, like it's hard to put your name out there, like your presence out there is your name, and so like, do you find your song lyrics to be like super much more personal than like a storytelling aspect, or is it like, do you feel like you're really putting, I guess, Jacob Mallow out there with the music and your title?
Yeah, it's definitely me out there. I mean, it is personal and storytelling at the same time. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's kind of how I like to write. Is
Okay.
in story. I don't like to be like too obvious about
Right.
some things, but yeah, I think like the songwriting of this album and how it kind of flows together is something that kind of makes it special, and like the original kind of meaning for
Right.
it. So the significance behind it. Yeah, I mean the songs are cool too, but they're a little more sporadic, like sonically,
Okay.
and definitely what ties it together is like the story of the album,
Very cool.
basically. I kind of had fun doing that, and since it was my first time doing that, I kind of liked the whole concept of an album.
Yeah.
I guess since I just had been dreamed of doing one forever.
awesome. Do you have a favorite like concept album or something like that?
So no, I do love a bunch of Frank's stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know really what qualifies anything as a concept
I don't
album,
know.
because I feel like most of them are
Have a
right?
story. Yeah.
I mean, I would hope so.
I think some are just more
Even if it's
more
something
of a
like
story and more of a collective, or like especially like think like The Wall, like all
yeah,
the
there's
songs
definitely
are flowing
spectrum,
into one another,
or even
and
like because the internet, like Childish Gambino is like it's
Mhm.
like a script for like a
Yeah.
movie, like. But I think there's like could be like loosely conceptual albums.
yeah.
that's true.
Like I think Yeezus is like loosely conceptual.
Yeah.
I think hip hop does it a lot recently. Like especially oh my goodness, To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Pretty much anything by Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar. It's all supposed to
Mm.
like flow together.
Yeah.
Did you ever want to just get a marketing job, like go to Atlanta and work for the man, or
No, I never really wanted to. I mean, I may have to one day.
yeah, or I mean, like, was that like a temptation, being like, oh, this is a more sure path?
But no,
Okay,
I didn't. Like the end of last year, or when I graduated, like I'd never felt so good and like, or just being in the right place with music and everything, because the people I was with, like all my friends, or I would just look around and all my friends were doing music too. And like that was when Lighthearted was coming together, and they recorded their music like a couple weeks after I graduated. It was just crazy time, and then like Neighbors was written from a lot of that, like 3 or 4 months. It was kind of just like this holy grail period, I feel like, where a music community was coming together. And it probably happens like, it feels like to me it was like the first time that this has been happening for 30, 40 years. It's just like our time to actually give back into it and like see what we can do,
You mean like the area or everywhere?
just in Athens.
Okay,
'Cause
yeah.
just since you got REM and all these people have been doing it for a long time. I can't act like it's the first time the music community has came together, but I did think it was like special, because doing the solo stuff, it does get lonely sometimes. So whenever you can just relate to people in that way, whether it's making it and putting yourself out there.
Do you ever
it's
find
always
it
good.
hard to like collaborate with friends? Like, do you ever like have like conflicting creative opinions, or is there ever any like roadblocks because they're friends that makes it harder?
Yeah, sometimes just working with them in general. I've found that like the producers can, they have an emotional attachment to the song
Mhm.
too. It becomes like their art as
Right.
well. Never like really clashed at all, and honestly have been really open-handed with production stuff. In the future, I'll probably be a little more
Right. Opinionated.
Yeah, just because I know I'm narrowing down what I want, each
Mhm.
time I do it. But yeah, it does get different. I mean, and money stuff with friends is never fun either.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's important and it needs to be established still.
Right.
But for the most part, I feel like it'd be more. I mean, it'd be way more scary to do it with.
A stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm
That makes
glad
sense.
at the end of the day it's Tommy there or Andrew there, which I know pretty well. Well, honestly, both of them really well. But yeah, I think that's just better than someone I don't know or a whole crew of people I don't know. But
So, like, how are you going into this season mentally? Are you setting a time for yourself? Like, if I'm not at this level of success by this point, are you thinking of it like that, or are you just kind of content with what you're doing right now and you like where you're at in life?
yeah, I love being here. I'm looking like Atlanta's kind of on my radar now. But I'm taking it year by year, I guess, because I signed this lease. I signed it a while ago, but it'll end a year from now.
Mm.
And then I'll decide, and based on just how this year goes with being able to play, what that looks like, maybe getting a van or something. So who knows? But
Nice.
at the end of the day, I could see myself going to Atlanta because my sisters live there. I got a little nephew there. And so I go to Atlanta probably once or twice a month, but just being in their neighborhood would be cool. And it'd be a good like stepping stone, I feel like, because I'd love to go to Nashville or somewhere else.
Me too, man.
But dude, yeah, we could be roomies.
We talked about that before. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm serious. We'll talk later.
So they put me on the spot when I was on this show, but I want to put you on the spot now with the same question.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, God.
We'll go top 5 albums, and we'll go like specifically towards what's influenced this album coming up.
Oh my gosh.
I was gonna ask that.
New
I'm gonna
Ways by
cross it
Leaf
off my hand.
Volbeck
Okay.
is one for sure.
You want to repeat that? I'm sorry.
New Ways by Leaf Volbeck. So good. Oof. Matt Corby's album Rainbow Valley.
Oh, it's good.
Wait, I want to write these down.
I haven't heard of either of these.
Yeah,
These
I
are
haven't
good
heard-
recs.
I haven't heard about
I'm
what was one of
excited
the
to
first one?
check these
What was
out.
the first one?
Leaf Volbeck.
Yes, New Ways.
New Ways.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of the other ones. And do you want to spell Leaf?
Leif.
And then
Like Leif Erikson.
There we go.
yeah.
You got Volbeck.
Autofill.
Nice.
Not me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
What's the next one?
I'm still trying to think. Hold on, let me look real quick.
The next one was
that like
Matt. You said Matt Corby. Was that his name?
yes, Rainbow Valley.
Rainbow Valley. That's right.
I was listening to a podcast today with can't remember the guy's name, but it was some comedian. He was raised in a cult, and so he never went to school. And he was like, now I
What?
feel like, he said, I learned how to read and write well enough to where, I have Google, so I just
Autofill.
Yeah,
takes
he's like,
care
if I
of it.
can spell it close enough, at least
If I
have
can spell the
Google.
beginning of a
Yeah,
word.
yeah. He's like, I'm
that's
good.
funny. Whoa.
Probably Punisher too. The Phoebe Bridgers album.
Oh yeah.
That's a good album.
That one took too much of my time this past fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad time. It was a dark time.
Do you want to get into that?
That's when I wrote a lot of the songs, if that makes
Very
a lot
cool.
of sense.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
we've all
cool.
got one of those where it's like sentimental to us, but avoid at all costs.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, probably I forget what this album's called. It's so good.
The Head and the Heart.
Yeah, what's their first?
I think it's just the Head and the Heart, isn't it?
Let me check it.
Little
That's a
self-titled
good one,
jaunt.
That was they're still one of my favorite shows. I saw them freshman year.
Very cool.
So good.
Are they
it is
out of
just the Head
here?
and the Heart.
Yeah.
What town are they from?
I think it's from Washington.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Kind of folk rocky. One of my favorites back in the
They're
day.
good. They have some good songs.
Have you heard Rivers and Roads?
I have
It's
not.
classic.
haven't? They didn't play
like
that for
that
you at your high school
every- yeah.
graduation?
I didn't play that at mine, but I actually heard that song
I wish
here.
they played it at the college graduation.
At my high school graduation, they played "Live Your Life" by Rihanna featuring
Nice.
T.I., which came out 10 years before I graduated high school, so I don't really know how that happened.
Yeah.
But it sounded awesome. So.
I have no recollection of what song they played at my graduation.
Did you not like throw your caps to a song?
Probably, honestly, I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, we threw the
Probably
caps.
some
I
bull.
was- Probably somewhat.
Glen
Okay, last
Academy.
one, I
Yeah,
guess, is probably
Alma Mater type beat.
PJ Morton's live album. It's called Gumbo Unplugged.
He's the keys player from Maroon 5, right?
Oh, is he?
I think so.
What
I
a
didn't know that if he
connection.
is. But he's so good.
Check those
he's
out.
like
I have not listened to any
kind of a
those.
neo
Oh, yeah.
gospel person.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
he's good.
Neo soul guy.
He might not be with them anymore because they're like Maroon like 13 or something, but
They've
he used to be
expanded.
there.
Maroon sold out.
Have you heard thing Metallica did called Metallica's Blacklist? Where they asked a bunch of random, or not random, but just different artists to record a song from the Black Album. And Phoebe Bridgers did, I think, Sad But True. And it was really interesting. Like, I've listened to her some
Oh,
before,
wow.
and I've watched her, like, Tiny Desk, but that song was like, I was like, dang. It
Yeah.
really
Well, that's
pierced the
amazing.
soul. Yeah. Captured the
I wanna listen
emotion.
to
I think Chris Stapleton did one.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did the same one Miley Cyrus did. Like, a lot of them picked the same one.
Oh, huh. Weird.
Cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And they did like a podcast thing where they talked about each song, kind of.
Mhm.
And then it was cool how they got people to do it.
That's
Never
It's
heard
pretty
of-
sick.
Never heard of something like that.
Did y'all hear
before.
the
Yeah.
new Paul McCartney album where he, like, all the songs were his, but they were like reimagined by different people?
Oh yeah, I did. I think. I think
It's
I
like
listened
it was
to
a couple
of
months
that.
ago.
That's
when it
cool.
came out.
Same.
There's
idea.
a couple really good. Phoebe is actually on
Oh,
it too.
okay.
but
Elton
there's-
John did that a little while ago too. I remember.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember that.
Because it was oh my goodness. Who is
The Rocket Man.
Shake It Off? No, who sings that? What's her name?
Taylor Swift?
No.
That's
Wait, no,
like-
I know this.
Shake It.
Blasphemous.
That is Taylor Swift.
Shake It Out.
No, Shake It Off.
Oh, Florence and the Machine?
Florence and the Machine. Yeah,
Oh.
she did a beautiful cover of
Florence
Tiny
and the Machine's
Dancer.
awesome.
It was
That's
amazing.
cool. Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I guess
You
it is
heard-
kind of becoming a more popular thing. Where it's
Think-
like recording older artists. I don't know.
That'd be cool
Weird.
if like say like you got someone to do like other artists do one of your songs.
I like it.
Or-
A lot of artists do that with singles too.
Yeah.
There's like a Miguel song, and he got like all these people to do renditions of it. So there's like Tame Impala and Casey Musgraves did it. It's
That's
really
sick.
crazy. It's pretty good.
Or that'd be cool if like an old Athens band did. Like,
Yeah.
Got all the
New-
newer artists,
artists.
like local to Athens. Like if REM just
Or if we
reached out to
just
Jacob.
only played like a B-52
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
play rock.
Dude, I would
Lobster.
We play
Rock
Rock
Lobster
Lobster for an
I
hour.
think.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wait, let's
That's
do
God
it.
intended.
Yeah, dude.
It's
the,
just the show's called Rock
Hey,
Lobster.
pay respect.
No
you just play the
way.
same song for the yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the female vocals on those B-52
Yeah.
tracks are crazy. And
Yeah.
the guitar lines in
It's
Love
just
Shack?
It's
Like,
just
Love
a huge
Shack is
jam.
nuts.
Love Shack is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Shack is really good. Some of the songs in that album, I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Like it's
Drugs.
just so weird. Like have you ever listened to that album?
Yeah.
There's a song called Planet Claire.
I don't
Like
remember that.
the vocals are just so weird. Like it's just monotone. Really, he's like, and the lyrics
creepy.
are really odd. But
Go Dogs.
same with REM
Yeah.
though. I mean, Michael Stipe's kind of he's out there, but makes some good tunes.
Yeah.
But those lyrics to the REM songs can get a little weird sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Michael, if you're listening.
He
Michael, if
is.
you're listening,
He
come
is.
on the
Yeah,
show.
no, he is
Yeah.
listening.
yeah, Michael, he didn't mean it.
No, gosh, no, Michael.
We'll talk to
We
him
love
after
you,
about
Michael.
that. Yeah,
All I'm saying is,
Michael, you doing great,
I don't know.
Michael, thanks.
He
for
did
being
write a
on
song
with
about
us.
orange soda.
He did.
dude. You wrote a song about wearing masks in your car.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to record that. If COVID sticks around, I might.
You
But
should.
Wearing masks in your car?
yeah, it's called Car Mask.
Very cool.
Very.
Very cool.
I can't say I like car mask.
Mask Car?
No,
Mask
it's not
off.
the title. It's just the action of wearing the
Oh, yeah,
mask
yeah.
in
Right,
the
It's,
car.
in the
it's
car.
like, I mean, I was just like on the highway and I looked over. I'm like, you're alone in your car on
I know. I
85.
get it. I get it.
Can't
kinda.
trust
And
the
I'm
atmosphere.
like slowing down to see if they have like an Uber sticker on the back. And it's like, maybe they're like a Lyft driver. No, it's just they're, I don't know.
Why do
Trust
you
no
think
one.
they-
I wear a mask in the shower.
Why do you think they're doing?
I
that?
wear a mask to bed.
Yeah, me too.
Why do you think they're doing that, Cameron?
I don't know.
I drink water through my mask.
Bro, sleep better. I put it over my eyes at bed.
Masks
I mean,
are
there's-
so gross when you think about it.
There's hypochondriacs and there's people that like wear it alone in their cars.
I saw someone in the pool.
People
this summer
love
wearing
rules,
one.
though.
Some
People
people-
love rules.
Some people like to enforce
Some.
them too.
True.
What if you got pulled over for not wearing your mask in your car?
There's a lot of people from my hometown who would secede. So I probably wouldn't react that strongly. I'd probably be like, sure, I'd put on the mask. But
Wouldn't pay a ticket for it.
no, I'm taking him to court. I'm going to argue that I did have one on, and it was see-through.
It was your twin brother.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about how crazy? I don't know. You probably saw Tim Dillon's tweet or whatever it was about Australia.
I don't know.
Like Australia is still in like major lockdown.
Yeah.
This community made a joke about they love it. They just can stay home and get drunk in their backyard all day. And then someone reposted this study where it was saying that Australians were happier, but they're like insanely locked down.
Well, so I have some cousins who are missionaries in like Asia, and they've been on like a tour around the world because they can't go back to Asia yet. And so they went to Albania and met these Australians, and apparently there are like 100,000 Australians who are just like living in airports or out in the world because they went on vacation right before COVID hit, and Australia shut down and wouldn't let their citizens come back if they were out of the country. So literally for the last year and a half, there have been these like homeless almost Australians going from country to country, getting work visas, working service jobs, just have somewhere to stay until Australia opens back up.
That'd be kind of cool if you were like single, but if you had a
But like, think about
family.
like these people are probably also like have like nice houses and like great jobs back home, but they're
yeah.
having to work in like restaurants because they need a work visa. Like it's like, and they have families back home, and like it's just really crazy.
Yeah.
There's like hundreds, like
It's crazy they don't even do like a 14-day like.
Yeah, I
quarantine
don't
or
like.
something.
They really don't have any space for somebody to come sit in their airport, like as an Australian citizen. I don't know. It's worked for them. I mean, New Zealand has no cases. Australia has no cases, but
I think Australia's a weird country too because they won't let you bring in like your cat or something into the country even if you're on vacation.
Interesting.
They don't let like foreign animals come into the country.
they get enough crazy animals
They
to
do have
deal
enough
with.
crazy
So
animals to deal with. But
yeah.
spider,
Dingoes.
dingoes eating
dude.
babies.
Oh, is that real?
I don't know. It's like a movie quote, I think.
Sounds familiar.
It's probably a very famous movie. I probably sound very stupid right now, but I think it is a movie quote. Dingo ate my baby.
I feel like if Australia that was or other than the way the government's being so strict, but I feel like the Australians are kind of like how Florida are for America. Like the people in Australia are kind of crazy. So it's
True.
really interesting that they're the ones who are so locked down. Like they're kind of like the Florida of the world.
But Florida is like the anti-lockdown. I'd say.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
But like, have you ever hung around Australians before?
I
So really
can't say I have.
I mean, neither.
You know why I can't hang
Not a
out with
bunch.
Australians? My last name's like a slur in Australian English.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. It means like
Whoa.
it's like a derogatory term for rednecks, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough. You
pretty
would
tough.
last
I
a
mean,
day there.
might
They would
start
bully
using
you out
that
of the
one on you.
country.
Yeah.
That
You
fits
probably
you.
would have asked to come back during COVID. And
I didn't know that
heck
until
no.
the worship pastor at my church back home. We were talking about, Cameron Bogan, good to meet you. He's like, oh, well, he went to like Hillsong in Australia to like go like learn how to be a worship leader, and then he came back. He's like, like they call like rednecks in,
That's
in
funny.
Australia bogans.
How do
I'm
you
like,
say it?
Bogan? Yeah.
Bogan.
With the accent though.
A bogan. I don't know.
Bogan.
Something.
We're gonna get reported for
Yeah,
Australian
yeah.
profanity
Uh-huh.
now.
I'll have to mark this one as explicit.
Explicit.
Yeah.
Australian explicit.
Okay.
No, I wasn't pretending like I've hung out with. 'cause
Oh,
playing
I was
tennis
like, when
growing
have
up-
you?
No, yeah. Playing tennis growing up, like I went to like tennis boarding school, so a ton
Where?
of Australian kids were attended, and they
Who's
were my
the best
favorites 'cause
Australian
they were
tennis
so funny.
like player of all time?
All time, what's his name? Rod Laver. I think an old dude who actually, well, the academy I went to was actually founded by an Australian guy.
That's cool.
So a lot of
Where was it?
Texas.
Cool.
Oh, it was in. You're from? Where did you say you're from? San
San
Antonio.
Antonio.
It was in New Braunfels.
Okay.
Have you ever been to New Braunfels?
I think so.
It's like 40 minutes north of San Antonio, so it's really close.
I've
Yeah.
definitely passed through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have
Cool
family that lives
spot.
out there?
Yeah, I have grandma lives in Houston, and then some people that still live around San Antonio, cousins and stuff. Yeah.
Texas is sick.
Yeah.
We were talking about. He was saying he might want to go out there and try and get a job.
Maybe Austin.
That's your next spot?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't
Dang,
know.
dude.
Every
Austin would be really cool.
like every other day I get on Google and I'm like, music jobs Nashville, music jobs Austin.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm just like, all right, what's out there? And never know what might pop up.
That's
But
sick.
I still got 6 months, 7 months, still have to worry about anything. So.
Nice.
Dang, I forgot because I'll be a fifth year. It's gonna be so
Oh,
weird
yeah.
when all of y'all graduate.
Yep.
So you're for sure gonna try and move away.
I think so.
That's hype.
think
Dude, I
so.
don't.
Have you thought about Atlanta at all or no?
A little bit.
Cool.
It'd be convenient. That's where
I
my
think Atlanta is kind of popping.
it is kind of popping. In fact, that's what my company we're looking at today is this like tech event that we run. This might be. I mean, they're not listening, but this tech event that we run.
We're done.
No, we're still on.
Dropping some major F-bombs, bro. No, I'm kidding.
No. But like my company, we run like a tech event like every April, or I guess it's June. And now next year we're looking at like.
I thought you were like, oh, we're done. Sorry.
No, I meant like my company's not listening. But like we're turning like a tech event that we have in June into like a South by Southwest in Atlanta. That's like they're playing next year's turn into like a South by Southeast
Just
basically.
Okay, yeah, just like Austin.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's what we were talking about today, is like adding like cultural stuff to it. I'm like, yeah, why not? I mean, Atlanta has a ton of music that you could
Yeah.
dig into. I mean, it's got plenty
There's
of.
a bunch of venues too.
Oh yeah.
I think you'd fit well in the hip hop scene.
I don't think I would. I appreciate hip hop, but I don't think enough to work in it.
Bro, have you ever heard me, Andrew, and Tony's song Udo?
I think so.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, what is it?
Don't sleep on the hip hop scene.
Is
I'm
it,
trying to hop on that wave soon?
Wait, is it out in public?
Nah. It's
Show me after.
okay.
Or you could play it now.
Oh, I think the Udo crew would be mad. I think Andrew really does plan to release it one time, or like
Okay.
make a little side.
Yeah.
I don't know, cause he loves making beats and stuff.
Yeah, show me
I
after.
think
He's
if
hopping. He really is hopping in the hip hop game in Atlanta.
Yeah, because
Andrew Blooms.
Mhm.
isn't he exclusively producing hip hop right now, pretty much?
Maybe. I know he just is like doing a lot of his artwork right now.
Okay.
And so I don't think it's like a step back from music, but maybe he's just not doing as much right now.
Gotcha.
He does have like a release show in September for he's like playing through his album that he never got to play through.
Which one was that?
987.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
about that one. Yeah, I saw the release show at Georgia Theater. I guess it was been 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Year and a half ago?
Never waste. Yep.
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 Is he doing music
What
full
was I
time?
looking up? He is.
You're this.
Well, not anymore. He was working for Gilly, and he had a studio up there,
Mm.
and was doing a lot of like design for them as well. But yeah, he was doing production full time for a while,
Okay.
and still he could, but I just think he's not right now.
How do you like Athens post grad? Because I've been thinking a lot about where to go and what to do.
Some days I feel great about it. I think it's a great spot to be still for music and stuff creatively. I think there's so many different things to do, and just a fun place to be. But I definitely don't like to see. I'm starting to see the pattern of just the new year, like a new school year. You know, a whole group of people leaving, new people, not even just the students, but like you have people that like you just get close to during the year because you have circumstances are similar, you work there, you blah, 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 you're there. And there's like all these different little seasons of you getting really close with people, and then they're just kind of gone. And so I'm definitely getting a little bit tired of that cyclical nature. Like I'd love to be in a place where it's not just like the school is the foundation of the whole area, basically. But at the same time, it's like I know I'll miss it. Like I know the second I get out of here, dude, I'll be like, oh, like why didn't I just go out one more time? Or like, because dude, like seriously, sometimes going out or just like seeing, or even like going to tailgate for football games, like doesn't excite me like it used to. And like there's different things where I'm just like almost getting tired of because it just makes me. There's too many memories associated with those times that just like aren't real life anymore. Does that make sense? So I don't know.
It is kind of
And everyone has their like breaking point with it. Some
Yeah.
people are like right after college I got to get out, and then there's some people that can hang around for a while and love it, and then eventually though I feel like it becomes too much at one point.
I think it's probably so different when all your friends leave.
Yeah.
That's such a nice area.
Yeah.
I think that must be like the dilemma, especially with artistries. Is like, well, where can I go where there's a bunch of young people that are going to come out, support my stuff, listen to it, promote it. They're local. You can get 100 people, 500 people sell out a room tonight.
Oh no, yeah.
And that's college towns. And then you also have that.
What is he doing?
My car just walked in.
Oh crap.
Could I move your car?
You know, pause.
Appreciate it. You can edit this out.
There you go.
Thanks.
I already messed it up earlier.
Cameron's about to get fired.
What did I do?
What were you gonna say? Yeah, no, you were like, what did you say about your company? You didn't even say anything bad.
No, I didn't. We just started talking about this event this morning. So it's fun.
Yeah.
I like working
I
at
get you
events.
fired. I'm sorry.
Oh shoot!
He's fired. I know that.
Who's fired?
Parker.
From the show?
Yeah. Dude,
So-
what's up?
No, you're good.
No, I was just thinking, so we'll probably go our separate ways. Like, or I have 2 more years. Maybe I could keep doing it. You'll be gone next year. I thought, what if it stays, keep the podcast, like, in Athens? And then, because I'd be gone working somewhere in a different area and then, like, hire someone to keep it doing it. What
Be tight.
Do you think, y'all think people would like, I feel like I wouldn't listen to a podcast there where the host is different. Like, you listen to a podcast because you like the person who, because that's why people listen to this. They just love us.
I guess the element though that makes it different is that we're just doing Athens people. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unique to
I think it's like for this podcast, it's a little bit more just about what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And even like it being different people on the show is kind of cool
Oh, yeah.
to me. But
Tried to center it around it's always about the guest. Never,
I think that'd be cool. But I see what you're saying. Most people like attach themselves or attach the show with the host. But
yeah.
What if Joe Rogan wasn't Joe Rogan?
What do you mean? If he was just like,
Like, what if his show wasn't him anymore?
yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, but that's a little different though because his this is more about or obviously we want to keep expanding, but it was started out at least as like Athens musicians.
yeah.
But I like talking to anyone, but
I guess we'll just cut this whole bit out.
nah,
Oh, okay.
kind of like it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's like in songs when you hear someone in the studio like doing
Honestly, if
something.
people are listening this deep, they deserve little treats like that. Little blooper moments.
Are there any songs where there's like obviously something going on in the background, like someone talking or something like that?
I mean, yeah, in some old songs, I was reading about this, or not reading, looking at a list, it's like a Rolling Stone song, you can hear something, or in Give Me Shelter, you can hear them yell when the girl hits some high notes, and it was kind of cool.
Oh no, that is one thing. Is the laugh in the beginning of Roxanne by the Police?
Ooh.
What
that
is
was
that from?
Roxanne?
Or no, I'm saying what is or who laughed?
It was
Keep
just
going.
Sting. Sting was just laughing about something in the studio and it got picked up on the mic and then he started
That's
singing
tight.
and they didn't take it out.
There's some Led Zeppelin songs where you hear some dogs. Or
Oh,
something.
Andrew, in one of my songs, Andrew says "cool" right before a song starts.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
I wasn't trying. I just didn't know what to say.
They got some the listeners. You got some Easter eggs today.
Yeah.
Some fun stuff happened.
So, I don't know. This is a little late, but when it came to your vocals, you told me before that you kind of got into it, kind of shaping it up with a cappella stuff at UGA, right?
I did do that for 2 years.
Oh, that's really yeah. You told me that. I forgot that. That's sick.
We sang so much. We just we had to practice for 2 hours a week, twice a week. So
Okay.
we were practicing a lot. And then if that's not counting the times we were singing on the weekends and
So
stuff.
you'd compete with that?
We had one competition each year.
Okay.
That was our big one. But the other big event we did was Greek Grind. That's still probably the most people I've ever sang in front of.
How
at
many?
The Classic Center, so 5,000 or something.
Ooh.
A lot.
Holy crap.
Yeah, they pack it out.
You see the Black Keys are playing the classics? Center?
Yes, I did see that.
That's
I don't
so
know
weird.
if I'll even go. I know one song with Black Keys.
I know a lot of their stuff.
Really?
It's
Probably
it's-
expensive. Yeah, you like the Black Keys,
I
don't you?
love Black
yeah.
Keys. Yeah.
They've
No,
played
I bet they
Madison Square
rock.
Garden.
I bet
Just
they
where
rock.
they come in Athens, but you've played the same venue as the Black Keys. How's it
It's
feel?
crazy.
Then again, I think
I
was it
didn't
Nirvana
play
played
anything.
40 watt.
Yeah.
I think Nirvana's played 40 watt. Pearl Jam too.
I remember
What?
saying
That's
that.
tight.
Yeah.
No, not Pearl Jam. I don't think they played
think they
Legion.
did. John
Pool.
Mayer played 40 Watt too,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Dude,
Did he play George Theater? Yeah. And he
Mhm.
shot a music video there. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
My boss over the summer was at the he was at the Pearl Jam show. So I've never been more jealous of anybody.
Yeah.
That'd probably be if I could go back in time. That'd be the sickest thing. Dang it, what was I gonna say? Oh well. Oh no, I remember I was telling him when I played the 40 watt one time. I was like, dude, John, I just got. I was like, John Mayer played here, Nirvana. He was like, how many other people have played there that you've never heard of? I was like, thanks for crushing my dream.
So many.
Yeah,
It's all right.
yeah.
but you could be the next
Oh, yeah.
John Mayer. or
Sign-
Stop
Nirvana.
it, Dad.
Yeah. Really? Jeez, that's why you're fired, Parker.
Gosh.
Wait, Parker told you that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was like, how many other people?
And if I can tell you guys anything, any artists that are starting off, surround yourself with people that support you.
Yeah.
Facts.
The people that call you the next John Mayer, not the how many other people have
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
crashed and burned at 40 watt.
Or the people, you know, who will just level you out and be like, you're not quite John Mayer yet, but
Yeah, those are the best.
I believe in you.
At the start.
But they're very rare. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you get a lot of both, but you don't get the people that are like, you're doing well.
Yeah, just hang
Just
in
keep
there.
going. Yeah, just keep
right.
going.
Just keep going. That's the best thing sometimes you can hear.
In hindsight, I think it's like all my vocal teacher was just trying to tell me. She was like, you're in a spot. You're in a spot. Let's get there.
Hey, you're somewhere on the
Yeah,
map.
you're somewhere on
it's not
there.
necessarily where we want.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
What keeps you going? Like, what's your biggest motivation to do music?
Oof.
What fires you up?
Recently, I think it's just been music itself, like music theory,
Mm-hmm.
and just realizing that it's way more complex than I originally learned it to be, I guess, or just learning that it kind of could go on forever and be this never-ending hole of learning if you want it to be, but I think just incorporating like that complexity into songwriting is what's been keeping me going.
I definitely hear that in your stuff too.
Really?
Like, yeah, when I think of Jacob Mallow's songs, I think of like complex chord progressions, like tasteful stuff that's going in there. It's not necessarily your 1-4-5 major six
Yeah.
or minor six. You know,
Appreciate
you get the
that.
tasty stuff in there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I try. And there's definitely a lot of that, on this album. So
How do you get on to learning music theory?
I took class in college, and like was working out of a workbook and stuff
Mm-hmm.
for a semester, but then just through piano and YouTube and
Yeah.
stuff.
I feel like once you get like the ground level of music theory, like it's once you just get that concept in
Mhm.
your mind, everything else is pretty
More or
easy
less
to go up from
just
there.
practice
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah.
And, like doing the stuff that's not very fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Scales over and over.
yeah, and just like the modes and stuff.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I've dove into and like trying to apply them
Yeah.
or see how they work best in which situation, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But some of them are crazy. Some of them are like, oh, that's supposed to sound good.
Do you tend to write in a certain mode or anything?
No, nothing like that.
You just
But
like
I've
to-
definitely threw a lot of in there. I did
Yeah.
there's a couple chord progressions that are like actually really dark.
Yeah.
It's one of the darkest. It's not Locrian. That's the darkest one. That's almost unusable. It has 5
Is it
flats.
the one that's based off the 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the one right above it though.
Yeah.
I forget.
Phrygian.
Yes, I think that is it. But yeah, there's a part in one song where it almost kind of shifts in a song called The Hardest Part, and it's like a 5-minute song, and about midway through it switches to this like really dark
Mm-hmm.
progression I think is kind of cool.
Is that that's on the album?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's interesting looking back how you said you didn't like was it Wings of Gold, but
I like it.
Yeah.
It surprises me sometimes that it's my most streamed song.
yeah, it's cool because you never like what you like might not be what
That's
everyone else
true, yeah.
likes.
I think even like Pain and
Uh-huh.
some of the newer stuff I've done is like, to me it sounds better, and I just like the music better, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's also nice just to have, this is what I always talk about, it's nice to have that timeline that kind of like keep your old stuff, you know?
oh yeah,
Like it shows where you were. If nothing more, it's good for yourself to be like, I used to be that artist.
for sure.
Now I've added a lot to my repertoire. Now I know a lot more. Now I can play a lot better. And I think that kind of shows throughout your stuff where it's like the old songs aren't the bad songs. They're just,
oh no,
they're just
And
different.
People love to go back. Like, I mean, if my plan is to do this for the next 15, 20 years,
Yeah.
people will love to listen to the 2018 or 2019 single that came out if I am successful, you know,
Mhm.
or even somewhat successful. People love going back and being like, oh, what was the first thing I did? And I feel like even me, I love seeing, like, I almost expect it to be worse. Like, I want it to be worse. I want it to sound worse.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, oh, I want to hear just when they're doing music, when they just love it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's kind of what's, even on this album, like, yeah, it's made professionally, but I feel like a lot of the songs, like, I just had to make kind of thing. I don't feel like I've gotten to a level where, or even just a point in writing where I'm like being really articulate about just the songs themselves,
Mhm.
genre or like lyrical content, I guess.
Do you
but
f-
maybe
do you
one day.
Do you feel like you had to do this album at this point, or like did you just artistically just decide it was about time to do an album?
No, originally Neighbors was going to be this whole collaborative thing. And like I'd planned on doing a song with Elijah. Like I was going to write most of them, or most of them had already been written. And like Aspen was planning to be on one of the Hotel Fiction Girls. Gracie was going to do it, or I was going to be on a lighthearted, or it would be a lighthearted collaboration basically with one of their songs that she had written. We still did Pain, and like Zach's actually happened. Those were the first two that were like getting rolling. Then I realized, and a lot of things changed, but I realized that it would just be too much to try and group everyone together on basically my dream.
Yeah.
Because any things like that, it's like people take it serious. And Zach was like wanted to do it so bad, so we did it. And Gracie at the time really wanted to do it too. So, but everyone else, and not that other people didn't want to, but I just felt bad like trying to rope people in, and logistically it would have been so much trying to coordinate everyone's schedules to do certain things. And Andrew was going to be one too. So, but about a couple months later, I just decided to take the songs that I was going to collaborate with and just kind of make them. And then there was still a couple that hadn't been written yet that came out.
And you wrote all these yourself? Like, where it was the...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there wasn't any writing coordination efforts?
Yeah,
it was
even
just-
the one with Zach and Gracie, I wrote both of
Yeah.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wrote them like with the so did you write the whole album with the intent of other people playing on them?
A lot of the songs.
Okay. So how is that
originally,
gonna...
but there's 2 or 3 that I wrote after the fact that were definitely just for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, but you still recorded all the same ones that you wrote with the
Mhm.
intent. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of those that I was going to collab with just became one of them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm excited to listen.
Yeah,
It all
me
worked
too.
out.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
You said you're getting the masters back next week.
No, I already got them back.
Oh, you got them. Okay.
Got 'em back this
Were you
past week.
pleased?
Yeah, dude. That
Okay.
sounds great.
Nice.
I'm done.
Share us
I'm
that
just
single.
excited that it's done. So, yeah.
So when's the next single coming out?
I haven't set the exact date, but I want to do one like this first week of September, and then another one the first week of October, and then album a week later.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so is there
So-
any one in particular that you're like really excited for, like really hoping is gonna well.
Single wise or album?
single wise, yeah,
Ooh, okay. A Lottery is the first one that's about to come out,
in September?
which is like the sappy love song, but I actually the recording turned out like, to me, it's one of the best ones. That's why I chose it to be single, and I didn't think it would be.
Yeah.
Excited about it. But Green Lights is the other single that like has definitely got the best reaction from people that played live so far.
Cool.
It's a little depressing, but it's like a little folky, like guitar acoustic
It's called
leads.
Green Lights?
It's called Green Lights.
Interesting.
It's always
It's a little depressing, but in the music itself is really cool. Alex Stanley played this crazy synth on it.
Cool.
Or it's not even a synth. It's like some sort of Roland programmer thing.
Huh.
Dude, it was so cool. Similar like to Obi-Wan, not in Obi-Wan, but similar sounds that come out of it. That's the second one. So I'm probably most excited about that one.
Gotcha.
It's
That's
definitely,
Green Lights.
It's definitely the deepest cut for me. But my favorite recording is Morning Sun, which is the first one on the album, but it won't be a single. It's just the one we spent the most time on.
I feel like we got some pairings going. We have like morning sun, midday sun. We have green lights, red lights.
Oh, yeah. No, I did talk. One of the last times me and Gracie talked, or we still see each other every now and then, but I told her about.
Oh, is that actually what it is?
No, it's not. It's not like
Got it. I'm just
because
saying.
of that.
And
But
then you
yeah,
have, like-
I did recognize that. Like, hey, look, you
Oh,
wrote a
okay.
song called Midday Sun.
And you also have like, I feel like it's funny. You
Totally
have
different,
neighbors.
though.
Elijah has strangers. It's like we all
Yeah.
have like the, yeah.
Well, dude, honestly, I think what was so important about that life or that time in my life too is, and still is, but I was like inspired by Andrew every day musically, and Gracie, and I mean, I didn't spend a bunch of time with Elijah, but even just seeing his shows and stuff, like his songwriting is definitely in the lottery too. Like just like there's a couple things like super simple phrases that Elijah does. That it sounds like it could be him singing, and that was the one that I was planning on doing with him.
Oh, cool.
But there's some, and even Tony and Zach and I mean, anytime you're like working so closely in a space like that, I feel like you just kind of rub up on each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny you point that out because I think it's like didn't happen on accident. That's for sure.
Oh, I didn't think. Yeah. Okay.
Like all the Athens.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
all the Athens
Yeah.
connections, not just that one.
Like
but-
I have Cage Bird, and then Underground Springhouse has Bird in a cage.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah.
that's funny.
I was playing that song like 2 weeks ago on guitar or Cage Bird.
I think I'm just gonna give it away.
When are you gonna release
I
it?
think I'm just gonna give it away.
What do you mean, give it to someone else to record?
Yeah.
I'll
I talked
do
to
it.
I talked
Dude,
to
you
Zach
should
King
sell
about
it.
it. I talked to Zach King about it. He's like, I just don't think it fits like the rest of your stuff. Like if you put out a blues rock song, it just wouldn't work. And I guess it's kind of what you were
not
talking about. Is
true.
it's like
Dude,
you're gonna
screw it.
you're gonna mess around
Yeah.
with some genres. I mean, my first song, if you ever listen to, is folk.
I don't
Last
think it
song
would.
is like
See, I don't
60s
think it's
soul
like
inspired.
folk.
I don't think it would come
was
out.
like that one was the jam. I felt like.
My first one. Have you listened to it? From like 2017.
Oh, okay. No,
It's
I'm
old.
talking about the
Yeah.
latest one.
No,
you
no,
did.
No, I don't think it would come out as like to other people. It's kind of like how he was saying about like it's like R&B, but some people think it says like sounds like pop. Where
Mhm.
for you, I don't think it would be as strongly like everyone's like, oh, what is this like blues rock song coming from him? Where it would probably sound it's still like your style. It just might be a little bit
Yeah.
more like this, but it wouldn't be so far like it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying not to do too much, and I don't know if that's a good thing for artistry or a bad thing for artistry to
Yeah,
diversify.
I think
or
it's
not.
whatever keeps you doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know, because I think it'll change like as the artist too what you're trying to. And it definitely will.
I just
I don't know.
if I'd
Whenever
ever be-
because I get in the same rut, and like people or Tommy's good about being like, well, it'll sound like a Jacob Mallow song, or
That's
it'll
true.
sound like Cameron.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't. It's gonna be you singing like it's
Mhm.
your song.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't think there's many ways you could mess it up. You know,
It's true.
Yeah.
or anyway, who knows? Maybe one.
Just the one way to mess it up.
Just like
Hope you don't find it.
forget to record. Forget to press it.
We talk a lot about green lights in here, don't we, Cameron?
do.
Why?
It's good. It's Matthew McConaughey's memoir.
It's funny that yours is a sad, like,
Yeah.
you said it's a sad song.
Is this funny?
Have you read Green Lights? Oh, no, his is it's just Matthew McConaughey.
Oh,
It's good.
Good.
Favorite book I've read this year so far. So,
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good one. You wouldn't think it'd come out of Matthew McConaughey, but
I'm not surprised.
yeah.
He's pretty cool.
Talk about artists that diversify. That dude went
Yeah.
from rom-coms to Interstellar,
For real.
and he wrote a book.
Wow. Doesn't he teach film?
I think he does.
I think he's,
Yeah.
I don't think he
At
does it
Texas?
this year. Or he did, but
I think he's about to be governor or something. So I don't
yeah.
know.
He's just
That's
going from thing to thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Can't make up his mind. What do you
Chase down your dream, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Wow.
That's Green Light.
You know, wrap up.
Yeah. Jacob, tell everyone where to find you. Tell everyone when your show is
Yeah,
At
playing
40
at
Watt
40
is-
Watt Thursday.
okay.
Doors at 8. Come out and see
Who are you
this.
playing with?
My band or just the Bill?
Yeah, the Bill.
It's Sarah opening up, Sarah Christopher, and then me, and then Aspen.
Okay.
Amanda.
And just disclaimer: if you are not vaccinated, get vaccinated
Did you have to have-
Or go get a negative test.
or go get a negative COVID test.
and pull up.
Because that seems to be the way.
Also,
of the
come
future
to
anyway.
Athfest.
When's
uh,
Athfest? You want to plug that?
September 24th through the 26th.
Nice. What day is your set?
I'm the 25th at like 12:30 in the middle of the day, so come sweat it out.
Perfect.
But it'll
I'll
be
be there.
full band too.
Nice.
Dude, I need to get the other half of the vaccines. I don't know if they'll let me in.
Me too.
I'm scheduled for the 22nd, so
Yeah, I'm scheduled for the 29th, I think.
Frick.
that's my birthday.
Can you walk in anywhere or no?
You gotta wait like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, like it's like you physically can't. Like I did.
Yeah.
Okay, why did you get it so late?
I don't know. I just got it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, same. Kind of slacking there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I wonder if they're gonna be really strict about it. Probably.
If I just show them the card, like don't.
I have a card.
Yeah,
if you
have a
just
card.
wrote like,
Yeah, yeah.
No,
I guess
'cause,
you
like,
could. I think
they
they're just
all they
looking
do
for
is
the
just like write
card.
it in pen.
And they said they need your ID too, so I guess just to see that it's the same name that's on your
Yeah.
card. But
Interesting.
I don't know. That's a different dilemma.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Cool.
thank
right.
you guys for joining
What's your
us.
Instagram?
Jacob_Mallow.
Cool.
Go check him out. He's got
Check
some
him
good
out.
stuff.
Follow him. Yeah.
And on
Great
Spotify.
Jacob,
stuff
appreciate
there.
you coming. And
All
so-
that marketing content.
Oh yeah. This is first episode of the second season.
Heck
Thanks
yeah.
for coming back. All right, yeah, but we're going to a
Yeah,
different
thanks for having
studio. We're going to my house from now on. It's too hot in here. Have a room cleaned out in my house now, so we got my own studio. So yeah, Jacob, next time you'll come back. We'll be in some AC.
Okay.
All right.
We'll
Will
be
you come
sweating.
back if we're in?
I will come back. This
All
is
right.
fun.
This is fun, man. All right. Thanks.
All right.
See y'all.
Peace.